From Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Mike ready.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
At the Panthers' 25-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Ready? Kill. Wait.
To throw is Winston. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, it's Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
They'll run it with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk, running right through him. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense.
8. Great.
Here's Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
8.
They'll run with Davis. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
3 down.
After the penalty, it's Davis. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run. No. 20. Kill. Express.
On the carry, it's Davis. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Set, ready? 2. I smell fear in that offense. 8. Hey, right 52. Right 52. We ain't giving up nothing today. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, they put it all together on that one. Good vision, good blocking. A toss play to the left. How do you toss it?
Yeah, a toss is the underhand kind of egg toss. The pitch is kind of, if you're running the option, you pitch it end over end, correct?
Yeah, I agree
you're
totally.
The guy.
I agree totally. And in the NFL, we'll see a lot more tosses than pitches because if you're pitching it, you might lose your quarterback.
Absolutely. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 20.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Jameis now on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Jones has it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 9, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Look at this, a tight end carry. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Mike, come on. Sunday. Mike 54. Mike 54.
To throw, Winston. The quick slant caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mike 51. Great.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true WR1 for the Panthers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Newton. Forced out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shane Ray. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Check 20. Check hot route. Hot.
From the gun, a give to Davis. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
The tackle made just shy of midfield.
I'm going to hit you.
Gun. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Winston now. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking it about the 36. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play there for Carolina. 49 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now it's Davis. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
45. Mike, 45.
Another try for Davis. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Winston. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to throw, Newton. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first down, Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, Davis. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go. Right 88. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Greg. Wide, get wide. Hey. Greg.
From the gun, here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated under a heavy rush, and down he goes. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Now Winston. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And he'll be out right at the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
That's good for the Panthers.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now Newton on first down. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Newton to throw. Escaping the pressure right. They'll run it. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shane Ray, his second sack of the night.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Newton has the hook up here to Hogan. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A first down carry for Davis. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now it's the backup Greer. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Gun. Ready?
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Collins. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Alex Collins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's got Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Jameis now 9 of 17 through the air. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Winston connecting with Howard, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Winston now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And he finds Howard complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Trey Boston. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
To throw is Newton. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Eli Harrell in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throwing is Newton. It's caught by Bryant. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
8. Mike, 45.
Third and long. It's Newton. Airing it out for Olsen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 33. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
He's going to loft one deep left side here, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Bucs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Winston. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Newton now to throw. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Newton eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Gano the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
At the 44-yard line.
Ready? Flag, Mark 54. Watch the run, watch the run. Let him go.
Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are, looking at 2-0 right now. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Watch the run, watch the run.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split